Well, Jared and Jackson are coming back from their little overnighter camping trip. I wanted to talk about something that's been going on. I look very pale because I put some like extra crazy sunscreen on because we're gonna be outside for the day. So while the boys are gone, I kind of wanted to talk about why I threw away my birth control, which if you guys want to look at what an IUD looks like, I asked the doctor if I could keep it. I was like, can I like have that? You should have seen the assistant's face. She was disgusted. She was like, and I was like, I paid $1,000 for it, so I'm just gonna throw it away, but I wanna go home and show my husband and then show social media. She was like, I think kind of annoyed, but it's true. I paid $1,000 for this. Most insurances don't cover IUDs, at least from my understanding. I could be totally wrong, but mine didn't cover it. I've had an IUD before. After I had Calvin, I got on the copper IUD and I didn't think I had any issues. I didn't feel anything about that. And so after I had Tommy, I got, again, the copper IUD. And the reason why I chose the copper IUD is because it didn't have any hormones, and I thought that was like the best option. I failed to do some research that I probably should have done. I just kind of trusted what the doctor said. He was just like, yeah, this will be great. But after posting about it on social media and hearing everybody's responses, I have a few screenshots of some things that people had to say about it, and I just kind of felt funny. And now I know that that is why I felt the desire to take it out. So a few weeks ago, I kept waking up at like 4 in the morning and I couldn't sleep. And you know how when you think about something, like if you think, oh, my elbow hurts, the next few days that's like all you think about? Well, I woke up and I just kind of kept thinking like, oh my gosh, my stomach just has been hurting for so long. And then I thought, it's the IUD. And then several days after, that's all I could think about all throughout the day was like, my IUD is bugging me. So I don't know if it really was bugging me or if it was just me thinking about it, but I've been bleeding nonstop, like nonstop. And my only thing that I can contribute it to is the IUD. I know when you're on progesterone, it can make you spot. So maybe I'm on too much progesterone. So that's another thing that I'm looking into, but I've just been really irritable. I've been uncomfortable. And then my doctor couldn't get me in for like 2 weeks. And on Sunday, my left side was hurting so bad. And like the sharp pains would stab and then it would go away and then it would stab and go away. So I ended up just going to Instacare and having it removed there. And when the guy removed it, it did take him a while. Like it was kind of hard for him to like get it out, but once it was out, it was fine. But he didn't say if it was like moved or shifted or anything. He just took it out and then like was done. So yeah, I wanted to show you guys what it looked like, but I'm glad that I got it out. This is not an announcement to be like, we're trying, like that's not it at all. My point of talking about it is just that I think a lot of people struggle and then don't realize that it is the IUD. Obviously, Google is not always an accurate spot to know if the information is real, but just from what I've read, a lot of people say that the copper IUD can cause a lot of anxiety and irritability and excess bleeding, and so I feel like maybe that's just contributed just to how I've been feeling. So I was super relieved the day I got it out. Within hours, I started feeling so relieved and I didn't have that bloating, sharp pressure pain anymore. So I'm so glad that I got it out. Video is just like a sit down video. If you want to watch yesterday's video, I talked about how I've gained 10 pounds over the last few months, and I kind of showed a before and after photo of how I look, and I feel so happy with how things are changing. But while I've been like in this weird mindset of like needing to get my IUD out, just kind of like going through all of that, I full blown for 2 days had my anxiety come back. When you've had anxiety for so long, you don't even realize, at least for me, I didn't even realize that that was such an issue, and it went away because I started seeing a therapist. I started taking a lot of like natural supplements, which I have a video on that I'll link down below, and that has helped so much. But then when my anxiety came back full force for 2 days, I was nauseous. I was like, I can't, like I was doing all what I should be doing as far as like work and Bali and videos and my sweet kids, but that pit in my stomach was still there. And then I noticed that when I would eat, I was almost too anxious to eat, so I'd take a few bites and then I'd be done. And anxiety just affects so many people. It can make people gain weight. It can make people not gain weight. And then as I was looking back at my life, I was thinking back in that first photo after I had Calvin, when I was starting to work out, I had so much anxiety. Like that was one of the reasons that was keeping me from gaining weight. In the last like 6 months, I've gained over 10 pounds, and I've never done that my whole life. I've never gained weight in my whole life unless I'm pregnant. It kind of just just solidified with me that one of the reasons I wasn't gaining weight is I physically couldn't. Like, the anxiety and stress that I was going through internally was making me not be able to gain weight, and how that those 2 days were just brutal. How I've been able to like get that away, I think, was one, getting my IUD out, just putting work aside and not thinking about that, and just really worrying about the 2 things that matter, and it's like my health and my family. I just really wanted to like talk about just like how I've kind of like gone up and down over the years with anxiety. I've been vlogging my life, these hardest years of my life with young kids, and I didn't really know any of this 5 years ago. And it's interesting how you just have to live your life to like learn, and you have to be open to the idea of changing paths and asking for help. And it's just been interesting. 5 years ago, someone said, I think you need to go see a therapist. I would have been like, really? I don't think so. And I probably should have. But for me and my journey, it needed to be now. I just thought that was really interesting. I wanted to like kind of talk about that on top of why I got rid of my IUD. And I hope that people out there that have stress or anxiety can know that I feel like life is always stressful. Like, there's always going to be something that's stressful, but you shouldn't have to live with this debilitating thing every single day. Like, you can find answers to help relieve it, and I'm really grateful that I have. Like, it's helped me so much. I feel like it's helped me become a better mom, Mr. Tommy, and just like a happier person. Those few days that I was so stressed, I was like, Jared, how did you live with me for 9 years? Like, how did you do that? And he's like, Ellie, it's just life. Like, we all go through ups and downs, but my down was a long time. Anyway, I feel like overall I am a happy person, but just finding the help of relieving my anxiety has helped me so much. So I think that's my video for the day. I know it was more just like a sit down chit chat. Today's Saturday. Normally we don't film on Saturdays, but I just really wanted to like talk about this while the house was somewhat quiet while half of the boys were gone. So I'm gonna go throw this away now. Don't judge me for me showing you guys what it looked like, but I had to save it so I could show Jared. Okay, thank you guys so much for watching, and we'll see you guys in our next video. Say bye, Cal. Say bye, Tom Tom. He's ready for a nap. Can you tell? He's like laying around the house. Okay, bye guys.